Cecil County and the world, welcome to Cecil TV. It's Monday night, the 27th of May, and Memorial Day is not over yet. Let's never forget our troops fighting for our country, protecting us. Right, Mike?
Absolutely, Rob. Good to see you this evening.
I haven't seen you for a week.
Oh, it has been a week. Big things going on today, though, huh?
Yes, there was the parade in Elkton, and I marched in the parade with the original Chesapeake Bayou Brothers and Sister Shell and a bunch of other folks.
Look at you guys.
We got a trophy.
Nice.
Pete from Cecil TV was banging on the bongos.
Sweet.
There was all kinds of folks there, and we must have been one of the favored acts because Alan McCarthy rode right behind us in the truck, or right in front of us. He was behind me because I was facing this way, but he was right in front of us.
All right.
And as you can imagine, a lot of work went into this performance. We practiced in the parking lot.
I'm sure you guys worked hard on your performance.
Speaking of performances, what's going on at the Funny Farm this weekend?
Oh, we've got a show this weekend, Friday and Saturday of this weekend. Doors open at 6:30. Show goes off at 7. We have a comedy sketch to open the show, and then we have to open the second half of the show. We've got a girl coming down from New York City to do a stand-up routine.
Really?
Yeah. So we're importing people from New York City. They want to play at the Funny Farm Theater with the Funny Fanatics.
The Funny Farm Theater with the Funny Fanatics, and it's right off what road?
Bushell, 919 Bushell Road. And you can find us on Facebook at the Funny Farm Theater.
Well, I would imagine that the folks are going to be flocking from New York and points unknown to this show.
It wouldn't surprise me at all if we have to turn people. No, I don't think so.
I'm coming.
Oh, great.
Friday and Saturday night.
Right. It's a BYO house party. It's the cheapest date you can have.
Awesome. And it's 7 o'clock, Mike?
Yes. Show goes off at 7. Doors open at 6:30. Plenty of parking. They need more parking at Fair Hill, though.
Fair Hill, where they had the races last week.
Yeah.
Cecil TV was there.
Right.
And I think it's going to be on tonight's show. I think there was a mishap there, which is unfortunate.
It happens.
But
you mix people and horses, you can have problems.
And gambling, I always lose. Every time I go into Fair Hill, I always lost. But that's all right. It goes to a good cause.
When we were in Vegas last, I walked across the lobby there and found a quarter and picked it up. And the people that we were with said, "Oh, well, that's a lucky quarter. You've got to play it." I said, "Are you kidding? I'm going to stick it in my pocket. I'm going to quit while I'm ahead."
There you go. Ding.
Bing.
Yeah, I played drums today in the band, in the parade. It was wonderful. And I just want to share with our viewers a little history of Cecil TV.
Okay.
Way back, we'll rewind to 1997.
That's going way
Bernard
back.
Purdy from Elkton, whom we hope to have on the show one day.
Right. Very famous drummer.
Very famous. The most recorded drummer in the world.
That's amazing. From Elkton, Maryland.
From Elkton, Maryland. Who'd have thunk? Anyway, Purdy was having a scholarship fund concert in 1997, and that's where I met our director, Doug Donnelly, at the Scholarship Fund Planning Committee.
How about that?
And you know what he said to me, Mike?
There's no telling.
He said, "Rob, I want to start a TV station in Cecil County." You know what I said? That's nice. It took a few years, but here we are.
Yeah.
And you never know what's going to be on the show.
That's true.
But
what else happened this weekend?
Well, what else happened this weekend? I got my tractor stuck back in the swamp in the back.
At least you can get your tractor started. I have to fight with mine.
Well, I learned how to use a come-along and got it out eventually.
Got it. Good.
Didn't see any parrots back there or snakes, serpents, nothing back there.
What about worms?
You've opened up that can of worms again, Mike.
I think so.
You know, on last week's show, I started some serious investigative journalism looking into this Wormgate thing.
Right.
Viewers, we're going to see more next week. Coming up, maybe even this week.
Investigative reporting is very important in today's world.
I've traveled far and wide. I went to Pittsburgh last week.
Yeah? You guys drove out?
Yes.
Okay.
Talked to people up there about their fishing experience and how they feel about the worms. They use a lot of chub minnows up there on the Allegheny River.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten to the bottom of this yet. We in Cecil County, we saw some folks down there in Northeast, and they caught catfish on worms. So they and we also want to know where these worms come from and what makes them so good and if there's something better. I talked to a guy.
And they're not cheap either. There's a
$5.99
question. There's a
$5.99.
question.
Somebody's making money off these.
Somebody's making a lot of money off these worms.
And I just hope they live in humane conditions.
Right.
We'll find out more. So stay tuned on that.
Okay.
And I think people should probably stay tuned to find out more about what's coming up in Cecil County for the summer.
It won't be long. You were at our place a couple weeks ago when William Rigler, one of the Funny Farm fanatics, shot a zombie video.
Yes.
And we hope to have that on the air.
William, the author, William Rigler from Harford County.
Right,
who
right.
we had on the show.
Yeah, he was on the show.
Yes.
And we shot a zombie video that he wrote and produced there on my farm. And I was at the video, the person doing the post-production work, and I've seen the first rushes, and they're starting to do the post-production work and some voiceover work and whatnot. So it's coming along.
It's kind of a gripping love story.
It is. It is. It'll tear at your heart.
Got to see it, folks. And you got to see their night show. Don't you think, Mike?
I think so.
Let's get this train wreck rolling.
All righty.
Thanks.
You bet.
For the 85th time, the Fair Hill races were held this past weekend. New this year was the addition of twilight racing on Friday afternoon. Marking the changes coming to Fair Hill as part of its elevation to a 5-star equestrian venue was a groundbreaking ceremony and gala that drew the racing community, supporters, and local officials.
2, 3,
Cecil TV's Hannah Rodenbaugh was there.
Welcome back to Cecil TV. We're here at Fair Hill Races with Nancy Simpers, the chair of Fair Hill Races. Nancy, tell us about what's planned for the event tomorrow.
Tomorrow's going to be a good day. Weather-wise, we're going to do the same. We're going to have 6 races. There will be all hurdle races. And we look for a good crowd, probably 10 to 12,000 people. There's something for everybody to do. Vendors Village for the kids, or for the ladies, and for the kids, there's all kinds of pony rides, stick pony races. Good day. Lots of betting.
It's been 85 years since Mr. DuPont established Fair Hill Races. What do you have planned for this year?
Lots of things are happening. On Tuesday, they will be starting the construction of the 5-star, and we'll be on our way. Hopefully by next fall we will be able to race. We will not be racing next May.
Okay. Great, thank you. We're here at Fair Hill Races with Jay Griswold, the Vice President of Fair Hill Foundation. Mr. Griswold, what can you tell us about the steeplechase renovations in particular?
Well, the steeplechase renovations are a huge part of this. They are coincident with the turf track, and it's going to be a first-class racing surface, both for turf horses and for steeplechase horses. It'll be one of the best in the country when it's completed in December of this year. It's going to be absolutely fabulous, and it will be a home for steeplechasing, a true home for steeplechasing, which it needs.
What do you see in the future of Fair Hill Races?
I see more racing. I see international racing. In 1986, they had the Breeders' Cup here. It was on NBC Sports, and it was a great race with British horses, American horses, New Zealand horses, French horses, all over the world. And that's going to come here again.
Wonderful. We look forward to it. Thank you. I'm here with Ross Petticord, the Executive Director of the Maryland Horse Industry Board. Mr. Petticord, tell us, why is horse industry important to the Maryland economy?
Well, it has about a $1.5 million annual economic impact. Not only do people buy horses and show them, they buy hay, about $80 million worth a year, feed, supplies, you name it, farms, real estate. I mean, it's a huge industry in Maryland. It's in agriculture. There's the poultry industry, there's the landscaping and forestry industry, and then there's the equine industry, and they're the three largest parts of the state's agricultural economy. We have 16,000 horse farms in Maryland and more horses per square mile than any other state in the U.S.
Very interesting. And can you describe the 5-star aspect in particular?
Yes, it was very important for us to win the bid for the 5-star because there are only 6 of these in the world. There are 2 in England, there's 1 in Australia, 1 in Germany, and 1 in France, and there's just 1 here in North America. The international organization that sanctions these events had opportunity for 1 more to be sanctioned within probably this century. And so it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. They wanted it in North America. We were invited at Fair Hill to bid on it. We'd had a 3-star here for 30 years, probably the second most important 3-day event of its kind in this country, next to the one in Kentucky, which was a 4-star. Now they've upgraded the 4 stars to 5 stars, and we won that bid. So it will bring these events around the world, generally bring over 3 to 4 days, 60 to 80,000 people to that area from all over the world. So the prestige of having this 5-star event will be enormous for Maryland. We will, along with Kentucky, be the only state that has a Triple Crown race and one of these 5-star events. So it's quite an accolade for the state of Maryland, and quite important for the growth of the horse industry and for maintaining the size of our horse industry now.
So 5-star racing is putting Fair Hill on the map. Thank you so much, Mr. Petticord.
Thank you.
Good evening and welcome back to 30 at 6 on Cecil TV. I'm Hannah Rodenbaugh, and we are here at the Fair Hill Raceway with State Delegate Kevin Hornberger of District 35A. Delegate Hornberger, tell us, what is the role of the delegation in funding this equine project?
Great question. Actually, the role of the delegation is twofold. The first process was we had to convince Governor Hogan that this was a worthwhile endeavor and a project that should be funded and benefit the whole state. We worked together as a team to do that. He bought in fully, and then we worked with his budget secretary, David Brinkley, to incorporate funding for this project in the state budget. The second parcel of that was actually the delegation working on both the House and Senate sides to preserve that funding and make sure that it wasn't manipulated as it went through the process. Yep, so major roles.
Thank you. We are here with County Executive Alan McCarthy. Dr. McCarthy, can you tell us the role of the county in funding this project?
The county basically is a participant in the Fair Hill event here. Hold that back a little bit. And we're basically helping them in every way that we can, facilitating the permitting process and enabling them to get all the necessary requirements to do this job.
How do you foresee this project impacting the economy of Cecil County?
This will be the icing on the cake. This will be one of the greatest things that's happened. Most of the county is starting to develop significantly, but this Fair Hill event will basically be a major improvement. This will bring regional as well as international recognition to Fair Hill, the state of Maryland, and the Middle Atlantic states.
Thank you so much, Dr. McCarthy.
Anything else?
On Saturday, the near-perfect weather drew a large crowd to watch and wager on 6 steeplechase events. The country fair atmosphere of the Fair Hill races provides a more intimate race day experience, with fans lining the paddock fence and the seeming egalitarian mingling of racegoers and horsemen. But this year there was more than the usual excitement in the air, as the Fair Hill races is set to undergo its transformation to host larger crowds and more prestigious events. For Cecil TV, this is Doug Donnelly.
In addition to things that are And welcome to all elementary school age children from kindergarten to 5th grade. In the parade are award-winning veterans from all areas.
Excellent.